Hello. I took a little break. I just recorded a different book a bit ago. And this is the second book I was talking about in the first book talk, The Agapéd Bearer. I'm not done with the book yet. It's a big book. It's around 600 pages long. Not complaining about the length. Really good book. I've been really enjoying it. I was on vacation the other week. And I finished the first book, and then because I started this book maybe a year ago, and I only got 40 pages in, not much. And during the vacation, I got through half of the book and even a little bit extra. But I just wanted to talk about the book and how much I enjoyed it, a little about the story. I'll try to be light on spoilers, and then I'll say when I'll start spoiling the story a bit. But I've been looking for a fantasy book that I've been intrigued a lot. I was looking into I do own the first Percy Jackson book. I haven't started it. I don't want to start too many series. I think I'll stick to this one and Warrior Cats for the time being. And once I finish those, maybe I'll look for something else. But I think I found this story on Instagram. I think I saw an art piece, and then or maybe it was a TikTok, but has been either a year or over a year ago that I found the series, and I finally got the chance to actually dig into it. And I think currently there are 5 books. I think was it Hannah's Instagram? She's currently working on the 6th book, and I think they just had a child recently, which is exciting. Must be hard to still find the time to write while taking care of, because they also do all of the illustrations, all the art for the book, and there's a lot more on their Instagram. And I believe this will be a 9-part series, so 9 books in all. So 6, so we'll have 3 left. And I believe there's also a bit pricier. There are books, like the first book. I just got just all text. I think they have other books that carry, I'm be wrong with the number, but I think around 20 illustrations throughout the book. You can also, I think, on her Etsy, you can get some of the books signed. I didn't. I think I bought the book pretty soon because I wanted to get back into reading books, because I really haven't read a book. Well, I did read a book before these two, but no book could. I wasn't really interested in any of them. I finished them, but I was like, I really didn't enjoy the book, so I'm not gonna say what book, but remember I finished it and I was going to talk about it, and I don't know, the plot twist didn't surprise me. It was I don't know. I know it's a book as a series, so maybe I'll give the second book a try, but right now I think I'll just focus on these 2. But the story is about, there's actually another tab here with their pictures. Lisa Robbie. I believe, we start in New Jersey. The story starts off in New Jersey, non-magical, just regular girl going through, I believe, middle school. Yeah, because high school is, what was it, 14? Yeah, I think she's like near the end of between the middle or near the end of middle school. And I think there's other illustrations on her Instagram which shows Lisa much older, so I'm sure there'll be either time skips, or maybe each book is like a year's worth of length. But it's also nice because you get to see what the characters look like. Lisa seems to be nothing special, pretty normal, honestly pretty weak. As magically strong but physically weaker than the dry noodle. And the story just goes through her going to her school, going back, her talks about her mom being a single mother. Dad didn't seem to have been with them at all. I don't think he's passed. I think he just left, if memory serves me right. And I apologize if I stumble on some words. I didn't write a script or anything. I'm just going through their memory. Yeah, I'm really bad with names, but I can remember quite a bit of their names. And I didn't read this week because I didn't want to get past too much of halfway, because I wanted to talk again about part 2. I think I'll do these in part segments, because again, they are very long books. I think this one's around almost 700 pages of memory serves. No, like 500. So I think I am a little past halfway. I thought it was over 600. But yeah, the story starts in New Jersey. You meet Lisa, and then I believe there's some sort of shooting star that lands. And I believe it's just a glowing purple. At some point, I don't think she touches it right away. Maybe the next day she touches it. And I think the light goes into her heart, which tied the agaped bearer, which we later find out this is the agaped magic. A magic that chooses its user. I think she runs away, goes back home, and nothing really happens. And I think she goes back, and a lady called Ina is there. Keeper of the Stars. I think she but sort of tells Ina to go to this magical realm. They go. And along the way, we're clearly not on Earth. We sort of just teleport to this new world. And she's going to go speak to the Guardians about the agaped magic. And it's it's nice because Lisa, you see the story in Lisa's eyes, and she explains really well how each looks, how pretty they are, how their hair looks, what they're wearing. It's very detailed in a sense. And it gives you room to see, at least you envision how they look like. But Ina seems to be really nice. She's like, Lisa says how beautiful she is, how she's really nice, how she feels more comfortable, even though, being taken somewhere completely different, you'd be scared. But with her, it made it look she's very dependent and good heart. And then after seeing around, not knowing what really is happening, everything looks so different, but it looks also sort of the same in a sense. Like there's stalls, there's people that they have forms of identification, they have some sort of like credit card thing. And then you go and meet and this is Lisa's mom. She looks so young here. I was surprised, and I was like, is that? It is Lisa's mom. But then can't remember if these are all the Guardians or if some of them aren't. But Ina tells Lisa, there's nothing to worry about. The Guardians just want to talk to you. They're all excited to meet you. And when she enters, half of them don't seem that happy or excited. And as you can see in the top right, I think Vilmad is the one who's most against Lisa being the next Agapéd bearer, because she's so young. She's 13. They were expecting, and again, Earth doesn't know anything about magic. We later find out that Earth, I believe, is the only place that doesn't know about magic. Everywhere, everybody else does. Everyone, magic is an everyday kind of thing. And I wouldn't say exactly why Earth is different and why it doesn't. It'll explain it pretty early on. But I don't want to spoil too much. So again, Lisa being from Earth, a place that doesn't know anything about magic, he doesn't know anything about magic. We have to teach her. She's young, she looks frail. And they're all sort of like perplexed. A lot of them are happy, a lot of them are okay with it. Half of them seem to be against it, but Lisa, even though she's like super shy, maybe not super, just regular shy, she again doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know what magic is, what the Agapéd magic is, or anything really. And again, she explained how nice looking everybody is. But Vilmad is the one to watch for. He keeps on showing up, and I'm like, duh. Every time I see his name on the paper, I'm like, man, so annoying. But a good type of writing annoying. Like you're supposed to hate him, kind of deal. The person who seems to be the leader of the Guardians, or at least she's at the top, Lady Ariella, seems to be immortal. Again, she has golden wings. Seems to be from the last of her kind. So they do look human adjacent, but they're not human. They have some, like, she has wings, and maybe they'll go more over about different races more in depth. But then, so now they have to figure out, again, because Lisa's from Earth and she's 13, she needs to find time to learn about magic, learn about their history, learn about the Agapéd magic. And how is she gonna do that if she has to go back? Because she doesn't want to leave her mom, her single mom. It's like she wants to go back and spend time with her mom, go to school. But she's also fascinated about the idea of magic. And she finds a way to, she gets the Guardian's approval to teach her and find mentors for her. And she's like, it's summer break, or some sort of break, I can come by. And she finds a way to let her mom that she's going to, like, sort of field trip that's Monday through Fridays, and she can still spend time with her on the weekends, because it seems, I think her mom's some sort of nurse, or she's just not at home too often. So she finds a way to make it look she's going to the camp but coming back, and during that time she goes and studies with the Guardians. Then we find out that there are 4 types of magic. Sorry if I forget any of them. There's magic you are born with. Now, humans from Earth are not born with magic. They are magicless. Everybody else, they are born with some sort of magic. I don't have the. I'll just say, like, innate magic. It's magic, or it probably has a different name, but it's magic you get from your parents or your grandparents or your lineage. And you can either get mostly a magic from your father's side or your mother's side, mom and dad, or it can be like equal. You'll have 2 magics. But the thing is, the magic you're set with from birth is the magic you have. Of course, your magic might be a 1 out of 100, and it can get stronger as time goes on as you train it. But once you hit, if your father's limit was, let's say, 20, you can only ever hit 20, unless maybe your grandparents are stronger, or I believe they explained it with like a cup, and is same cup as the parents, and they filled the cup with said both parents liquid, but no, it couldn't pass the parents, but it could be a mixture of both parents' magic, which is why not everyone has the same magic. There's also elemental magic, magic used from your surroundings, and again, not everyone could use. You have to be sort of in tune with said magic, and said magic would be stronger depending where you're at. Like fire magic would be closer to somewhere where like volcanoes, nature magic, some are filled with nature, water magic or water elemental magic from a place with a large amounts of water. Then there is also I forget, maybe bloodline magic is different. Oh no, there is also magic you get from a wishing star. I forget about that one, but I'm not sure if it chooses someone or if it just, you can just randomly get it. But that magic doesn't seem to have a limit as bloodline magic does. But not everyone can get it. Not everyone has that sort of magic. And then we have the Agapéd. The Agapéd magic, the magic that chooses its the next user. And it sounds like there hasn't been an Agapéd bearer in around 100-ish, 120-ish, 150-ish years since the last Agapéd bearer, which also bodes for bad news, because if the Agapéd magic chose somebody, that means something bad is gonna happen soon as well, or starting to happen. So Lisa's learning all this. We're learning everything through Lisa, because Lisa is just like us. We don't know anything about it. So during the lessons, we learn more about the history of how things came to be. They sort of push Lisa to go places by herself to sort of become more independent and get used to seeing things. Ina, I believe, also gives her new clothes. That necklace you see, it's like an inventory where you could keep stuff in. A lot of things. And then again, she has to go through these lessons and learn Monday through Friday, and has to come back Friday afternoon before her mom comes back from work. And the Agapéd bearer, the magic isn't always the same. That's why they sort of have to push her with these tutors and see what magic fits her. She ends up taking lessons with Ina, the Guardians, all which there's charms, there's history, there's other things, but they specifically seem to have forbidden her from learning fighting, and we later find out why. And she also has one tutor, Gaius, who the Guardians are super hesitant to introduce her to, and they're also the, does it say what, the Keeper of the Stars. Like Ina is also the Keeper of the Stars. And the wishing seeds, they seem, I think when stars die, they drop something, and there's these, I believe, 3 or 4 people that all take a main task to, one gathers them, one makes them ready to be planted. Gaius is the one who plants them, lets them be born, and then someone else puts them back in the sky, is the role. And they all make Gaius look like a scary person, not very, he doesn't like the Guardians, he doesn't show up for the meetings. I'm kind of just talking about the story. But again, everything is told in such a nice way. They I don't feel too lost. It doesn't feel like so much where I'm like, what's happening? What's this? Because again, if it helps that everything you're learning through Lisa, so she also was learning it with you little by little. It's not all just thrown at you. And then she meets Gaius, who seems to be has a closer affinity to earth elemental magic. Ina's water, if you couldn't tell by how they look. And she finds out that Gaius doesn't seem as mean as everyone made him look like. Well, he does, I guess he looks scary to a 13-year-old, but seems to be a calm and really nice guy overall. And I think little by little, I think Lisa, becomes closest with Gaius, Ina, and Lady Ariella. Oh, and then Lisa also, since she's staying this whole week, she stays with this family and this girl around her age named what was the name? So I go through it though. I'm thinking Hilda. It's not Valhalla. Her name is Valhalla. And they become close friends because Lisa talks about her friends from high school, and after like comparing it to it, she feels like Valhalla is the actual first friend that wants to listen to her. They seem to enjoy each other's company a lot. So she considers her very first best friend. And then weeks go by. Gaius is having Lisa do physical labor, carry these heavy rocks to one place to another, and in a plant with Ina. She learns how to use the water magic. She does need a water staff with the water gem to help move the water. But I think that was her very first sign of using magic. And then Lisa doesn't think it's anything impressive, but Valhalla's surprised because even with the staff, it takes people a couple of weeks to finally start moving the water, and she just did it day one. So then Lisa's like, okay, maybe I do have a knack for this. Maybe it's the Agapéd magic that she has in her heart that's making it easier for her to handle it. But she's also confused because she can't seem to do any of the magic stuff that Gaius is using. Gaius, with the wave of a hand, can change the structure of the land and seems to be very powerful. Also, the Keeper of the Stars, since they have such important jobs, we've been given immortality. You can see here, stopped aging at 35, but has been living for 695 years. Which is crazy. And then weeks go by. Lisa sees no progress with the nature elemental, earth elemental magic with Gaius. And then Lisa and Gaius start to get really close. You get closer and closer. Lisa, at some point, I feel like starts seeing him as like a sort of a father figure in a way. And Gaius does, I feel like, sees Lisa as a daughter more and more. especially since Lisa likes learning magic. She wants to learn magic, not like other people that have come to Gaius to learn magic for profit. He enjoys that Lisa genuinely wants to learn magic and has a love for it. Even to a point that later Lisa asks to learn how to fight, and even though they've asked Gaius not to, begins to teach her little by little, and even go out on a mission together to hunt something. But again, Lisa can't learn magic. They make an obstacle course. After trial and error, she finally got through the obstacle course. And that's when she starts beginning to use elemental magic. Gaius asked her to move a plant to try to sort of see if she could move the plant, and nothing happens. And then she does it with the rock, and it does move a little. She punches the air and it moves a little. And so then we find out that elemental magic, you can either control living things like plants or non-living things like earth. So Lisa's attunement with that sort of elemental magic is earth. We then learn that Lisa has other boons in magic. I won't say what they are, but she does figure these out when she's training with Ina. Ina can just make water exist without making water, and they also are learning how to freeze water, unfreeze it. And then again, Kellum shows up here and there and just says these terrible, mean things to this 13-year-old, saying how she's not ready, how they can like take the Agapéd magic from her and just give it to someone, or just hold it until someone else is ready for it, someone they approve of more. But Lisa's like, no, I'll do it. I forget, when does part 1 of the book end? I don't want to go past that, is the thing. I sort of have a sense of when it ended. Probably should have checked before. They already passed the... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we having, okay. I'll keep the part 2 stuff hidden. Cause I guess I read a lot more of part 2 than I thought. Cause I didn't want to stop. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Lisa, so with all this, especially with Vilmad and a lot of the Guardians not approving of Lisa, she wants to prove herself. We later learn that there's these dark beasts conjured by dark magic, which is no good. And the first mission Lisa and Gaius went to, I think they fought one of these dark beasts. Of course, Gaius was there to keep her safe, so even though Lisa thought she was in danger and thought she almost died, she was okay. And they were able to take down the first beast. And yeah, they also don't throw too many characters at you off the bat. It is a lot of the Guardians, but you, again, through the lessons and teachings, you get to learn each one of them one by one and what their focus is, what they learn. I think Vilmad is mostly history. I forget what kind of magic he has. I forget if it was charms and potions. But some of them seemed to, that didn't like Lisa as much, begin to like her because she's actually enjoying some of the lessons. Of course, some of them where she's nervous or others she doesn't pay attention too much to, but she does like to learn about magic. So then I don't know if I want to say something happens at the end of part 1. A character brought something up. I'm already at 30 minutes. I've been rambling. Okay, let's end this soon. One of the characters brings something up. Lisa agrees, and at the moment the character brought it up, several chapters before they went to go do something, I already had a bad premonition. It all happens fast. It's like school life, learning, weekends, learning, and then I told my wife about it, and she was like, "That's it," but my heart dropped. I wasn't expecting it to go that way so early on in the book. I thought it'd be closer near the end of the book, but I guess maybe that's why the book's separated into 2 parts. And I wonder if they all are. I would assume so, but I remember I was on the plane on my way back home reading it, and I just felt a little sick, a little nauseous, not sure if the plane ride or what was happening, and I think I teared up a bit. It was not good. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was like bomb after bomb after bomb. And then part 1 ends. And I was like, I had to keep on reading, and so I did. So now I kind of know what to talk about in the next. Now I can start reading again. Actually, I was like, okay, I'll read now. I think I'm on page 342, so I have 200-ish pages to read in order to catch up. But again, I think it'll be a while until I get to the second book again, because I want to get through the Warrior Cats, and these are shorter books. Like, I like to say 4 Warrior Cats books, if not 5, is one of the Agapéd Bear's books. And again, if you want to, she has a website. It with a lot of art pieces. If you don't want to get spoiled, I wouldn't looked at the Agapéd Bear art. Maybe I went here under Meet the Characters. She has an Instagram with illustrations she makes all the time. She has a shop. Where was I that I found the books? 8 other projects. Shopping? No? Okay. Here. So Lisa clearly ages a lot. I think in the art had her up to, was it 16? 16, I guess she gets even later book 16. So I wonder if she gets much older, because she looks pretty young in this one, and the art pieces I see in her other books, like that looks like 16, but like around this point, I think book 4 and book 5, she looks, at least in my opinion, she looks much older. But I love this book. I've been loving it so far. It's been really fun, very magical. I love the characters. I love the dynamic between Lisa and Gaius and Ina. I'd love to see, there are more characters. There's definitely more characters right away at the beginning of book 2. Oh, right, because Lisa doesn't know what it means to be the Agapéd Bearer, and nobody seems to want to tell her. At the end of book 1, it's kind of, again, something happens, and I think they're kind of, the Guardians and everyone else are kind of like, okay, this is what being the Agapéd Bearer means. And I think that's sort of the beginning of book 2. And so on and so forth. But yeah, if you want to read the book, again, it's let's see, Etsy. Go to Etsy. Okay, this is the signed book. Sale stickers, maybe. Oh, actually, I think she actually also had a plush. Books. These are all signed books. So let me hide my screen real quick. And I don't want to show my address in case it shows up. The Agapéd bearer. Yeah, my address is there. No, it's pretty much the same price. You can get it on Kindle for $6. Hardcover is $32 and paperback is $20. What did I get? Did I get the hardcover or the paperback? I don't know. I think I got the hardcover. But yeah, the books are... I don't know how much books cost. But yeah, again, the books are pretty large, so it makes sense. I believe the illustrations are around $60 if you want the book with illustrations. I think that, yeah, they're white. They have white covers. Colored, more colored. But I can't wait to see where this story goes. Book 1 is already great so far. And yeah, if you want to leave a comment, please do. Leave a like. If you want to talk about the book, go on ahead. I'll probably be reading this book for the next 2-3 years. And building it. Me and my wife just got a shelf, so I'll probably find places where we can add our book collection from, because my bookshelf is already kind of full with a bunch of random books. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and this interests you in getting the book and learning more. Sorry if I was just talking about the story. I tried being as vague as possible and not spoiling anything too huge. Let me know if you prefer something or would like more segmented spots of the story, or tell me if I should just talk about what I liked about the book, then talk about the story, and then go into big spoilers. I can also do that. But again, I don't want to ruin the book for anybody, so try to avoid spoilers for now. But until then, you can catch me next time when I talk about the second half of the book, and whenever I publish this video and the other video on warrior cats. So until then, take care. Bye bye.